Imagine holding in your hand a coin that not only represents the value of 25 cents in the United States, but also tells a story of nature, culture, history, and heritage. The 2017 Ozark National Scenic Riverways Quarter is one of those coins, a piece of metal that is more than just currency. It is a doorway into the landscapes of Missouri, into the waters that carved valleys into the forests, that shelter countless creatures, and into the traditions of people who found life and meaning. Along the banks of the Current and Jacks Fork rivers, this is not just a coin, it is a piece of storytelling struck into metal by the United States Mint as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. And to truly understand it, we must step back and explore its history, its design, its symbolism, and the rich natural and cultural setting that gave birth to this commemorative issue. The America the Beautiful Quarters program was launched in 2010 following the incredible success of the 50-state quarters program that ran from 1999 to 2008. The earlier program had captured the attention of millions of Americans, introducing them to collecting through a set of circulating coins that honored every state in the Union when that came. To a close Congress and the United States Mint knew that the public appetite for coins telling stories was not over, and so a new series was born this time, honoring not just states, but national parks and sites of historic, cultural, and natural importance in every state, as well as in the District of Columbia, and 5 territories between 2010 and 2021. The Mint released 5 new designs each year, featuring different national parks or sites. The Ozark Riverways was chosen to represent Missouri. In 2017, the Ozark National Scenic Riverways itself holds a special place in American conservation history, established in 1964. It was the first national park area created to protect a river system rather than a mountain, a battlefield, or a historic structure. Its mission was to preserve the free-flowing Current and Jacks Fork rivers in southeastern Missouri. These rivers are surrounded by a rich landscape of springs, caves, sinkholes, and forests that define the Ozark region long before it became a unit of the National Park Service. The region had been cherished by Native American tribes, early settlers, and generations of outdoorsmen who saw in the rivers a source of life, food, recreation, and inspiration. The design of the 2017 quarter captures this essence on its reverse. It depicts Alley Mill, a bright red historic grist mill that has become a symbol of the Ozarks. The image shows the mill sitting along the water, its large structure framed by trees with the river flowing by Alley Mill. Was built in 1894 to grind wheat into flour for the local community, powered by the spring waters that rushed through the area. The mill became a centerpiece of rural life in the Ozarks. Today, it stands preserved as a historic site within the park. Serving as a reminder of both the ingenuity and the challenges of early settlers, the United States Mint artists and engravers chose this scene because it speaks not only to the natural beauty of the Ozark riverways, but also to the human story, interwoven with the landscape. On the obverse of the coin, as with all America the Beautiful Quarters, is the familiar portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan, and first appearing on the quarter in 1932, this pairing of the enduring image of the nation's first president with the changing reverse designs of national treasures creates a balance between continuity and diversity. In the nation's coinage, the Ozark Riverways Quarter thus links America's founding with its living landscapes. When the coin was released in 2017, it entered circulation nationwide, but it was also celebrated with a launch event hosted near the Ozark National Scenic Riverways itself. As with other quarters in the series, the United States Mint organized educational programs and ceremonies to raise awareness about the park and its coin. This was more than a numismatic release. It was an opportunity to draw attention to a landscape that millions of Americans may never have heard of, but could now explore through the symbol of the quarter. Beyond its immediate release, the Ozark Riverways Quarter carries significance for collectors and historians alike. Numismatists study not just the mintage numbers and mint marks, but also the design choices, the cultural impact, and the way such coins reflect broader American values. The Ozark Riverways coin speaks to the theme of conservation, a reminder that the United States has invested in preserving natural beauty for future generations. It also reflects regional pride, since Missouri is represented here not by a monument or a battlefield, but by rivers, forests, and a mill that together tell the story of a people and a place. The park itself is vast and layered with history. It protects over 80,000 acres of land and more than 100 miles of river, and within it are numerous historic sites, caves, and trails. Native American artifacts have been found in the area, including evidence of habitation stretching back thousands of years later. European settlers moved into the Ozarks, bringing with them farming practices and building structures such as Alley Mill. Their lives were shaped by the geography around them, and that geography remains the centerpiece of the park. Today, for 2 hours of storytelling, one could dive deep into the details of the Ozark landscape, describing the karst topography that defines the region. The immense freshwater springs, such as Big Spring and Round Spring, that feed the rivers, and the rich biodiversity that includes fish, birds, mammals, and plants unique to the area. One could trace the cultural layers from the Osage people to the pioneers to the conservationists who fought to preserve the rivers in the mid-20th century. All of this history is mirrored in the choice of Alley Mill for the coin's reverse design, since the mill is not only an artifact of human industry, but also an icon set against the power of water and nature. Collectors often ask about the value of such a coin, and while most examples of the 2017 Ozark Riverways quarter are worth their face value in circulation uncirculated and proof versions sold by the mint carry premiums, and certain errors or rare mintages can be highly sought after. The coin was produced at multiple mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with the latter mint striking special proof and silver proof versions for collectors. These variations add layers to the collecting world and ensure that the coin remains relevant both in numismatic circles and in American culture.